9 amazing perennials that will transform your small space into a garden paradise. Limited space holding you back from creating the garden of your dreams? Think again. Container gardening opens up a world of possibilities, allowing you to cultivate stunning perennial displays on patios, decks, balconies, and even tiny windowsills. Welcome to Seniors Gardening Advice. I'm Sam, and after decades of helping gardeners maximize their growing potential, I've discovered something remarkable. The right perennials can deliver spectacular results in containers, returning year after year with minimal fuss. Container gardening isn't just a compromise, it's actually one of the most rewarding approaches to growing perennials. You have complete control over soil conditions, drainage, and placement. You can move plants to optimize sunlight, protect them from harsh weather, and create stunning arrangements that would be impossible in traditional ground planting. The best part? These carefully selected perennials will reward your efforts with continuous beauty, season after season. Before we explore these 9 garden champions, I want to share something with you. The gardening community here on Seniors Gardening Advice is growing every day, and your experiences matter. If you're finding value in these practical tips, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support helps us reach more gardeners who can benefit from these proven techniques. And don't forget to share your own container gardening wins in the comments below. We all learn from each other's successes. Today, I'm sharing 9 exceptional perennials that have proven themselves as container superstars. These aren't just pretty plants. They're tough, adaptable, and perfectly suited for pot cultivation. We'll explore their growing requirements, design potential, and insider tips that will help you create professional-looking displays with confidence. Perennial 1. Sedum Autumn Fire, the seasonal showstopper. Let's start with the true container champion that many gardeners overlook. Sedum Autumn Fire brings incredible versatility to your potted garden, featuring thick, succulent foliage that transitions through a spectacular color journey from spring through winter. Unlike its cousin Autumn Joy, this variety offers even more dramatic seasonal changes and superior drought tolerance. This remarkable plant starts the growing season with fresh green rosettes, then develops into sturdy, upright clumps topped with massive flower clusters. The blooms begin as pale green buds in midsummer, gradually deepening to rich pink, then transforming to rusty copper, and finally settling into bronze seed heads that provide winter interest well into the following spring. Sedum Autumn Fire thrives in full sun and actually prefers poor, well-draining soil, making it perfect for containers. Use a gritty potting mix or create your own by combining standard potting soil with coarse sand and perlite. The key is avoiding waterlogged conditions, which can cause crown rot. One of the greatest advantages of growing sedum in containers is drought tolerance. Once established, these plants can handle occasional neglect, making them ideal for busy gardeners or those who travel frequently. Water deeply but infrequently, allowing the soil to dry completely between waterings. For design impact, use Autumn Fire as a structural element in large containers or as the centerpiece in medium-sized pots. It pairs beautifully with ornamental grasses, purple asters, or trailing nasturtiums. Position containers in the hottest, sunniest spots of your space, areas where other plants might struggle. The pollinator value is exceptional. Late-season bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects depend on sedum blooms when few other flowers remain. By growing sedum in containers, you're providing crucial habitat support while enjoying months of evolving beauty. Perennial number 2. Coral Bells Palace Purple, the foliage powerhouse. Our second container star proves that flowers aren't everything. Coral Bells Palace Purple delivers dramatic impact through stunning burgundy purple foliage that maintains its intensity throughout the growing season. This compact perennial forms neat mounds of textured leaves that seem to glow when backlit by morning or evening sun. Unlike many perennials that offer brief flowering periods, coral bells provide constant visual interest. The deep purple leaves create striking contrasts with lighter-colored companions, while delicate flower spikes in early summer add vertical elements to container designs. These airy blooms attract hummingbirds and add movement to static arrangements. Palace purple thrives in partial shade to morning sun conditions, making it perfect for patios that receive filtered light or areas with afternoon shade protection. In containers, it appreciates consistent moisture but never waterlogged conditions. Use high-quality potting mix enriched with compost for best results. One critical growing tip: plant coral bells with crowns slightly above soil level to prevent rot. This is especially important in containers where drainage can be challenging. Check plants regularly and adjust soil level if crowns become buried over time. The versatility of Palace Purple in container design is remarkable. Use it as a filler plant to anchor arrangements, or mass several plants in wide, shallow containers for dramatic foliage displays. It combines beautifully with chartreuse hostas, silver artemisia, or bright pink begonias. For winter protection in colder regions, move containers to sheltered locations or wrap pots with insulating material. The semi-evergreen nature of coral bells means you'll maintain some color even in dormant months, extending the value of your container investments.
Perennial 3. Japanese forest grass, the texture master. Japanese forest grass transforms ordinary container arrangements into sophisticated displays with its graceful, cascading foliage. This shade-loving perennial forms elegant fountains of golden green leaves that seem to glow in low light conditions, bringing movement and softness to rigid container edges. The unique growth habit of Japanese forest grass makes it irreplaceable in container design. Rather than growing upright like most ornamental grasses, it creates gentle, arching mounds that spill gracefully over pot rims. The individual leaf blades catch and reflect light, creating subtle visual movement even in still air. This grass thrives in partial to full shade, making it perfect for covered porches, north-facing balconies, or areas beneath larger plants. In containers, it requires consistent moisture but good drainage. Avoid both drought stress and standing water. High-quality potting mix with added organic matter provides ideal growing conditions. Japanese forest grass serves multiple roles in container combinations. Use it as a thriller in shade containers where its fountain-like form creates focal points. It also works beautifully as a filler, softening the edges of formal arrangements or providing textural contrast to broadleafed plants like hostas. The golden-green foliage creates stunning combinations with purple coral bells, blue hostas, or white flowering annuals. In autumn, the leaves develop warm golden tones that complement fall container arrangements perfectly. Winter care involves cutting back dead foliage in late fall and protecting containers from freeze-thaw cycles. The investment in proper winter protection pays dividends when this stunning grass emerges fresh and vigorous each spring.
Perennial 4. Lavender Hidcote, the sensory delight. Lavender Hidcote brings Mediterranean elegance to container gardens while providing practical benefits that extend far beyond visual appeal. This compact variety produces intense purple flower spikes above silvery gray foliage, creating classic combinations that never go out of style. The concentrated fragrance makes every interaction with your containers a sensory experience. The practical benefits of container-grown lavender are numerous. Harvest flower spikes at peak bloom for dried flower arrangements, sachets, or culinary uses. The natural oils repel mosquitoes and other pests, making lavender containers perfect for outdoor seating areas. Regular harvesting also promotes continued blooming throughout the season. Hidcote lavender is specifically selected for container cultivation due to its compact growth habit and superior cold tolerance. It forms neat, rounded bushes that maintain their shape without constant pruning, making maintenance simple even for beginning gardeners. Successful container lavender requires excellent drainage and full sun exposure. Create custom potting mixes by combining standard potting soil with coarse sand, perlite, and small gravel. The goal is soil that drains quickly while still retaining some moisture for root development. Watering technique is crucial for container lavender success. Water deeply but infrequently, allowing soil to dry substantially between waterings. Check moisture levels by inserting your finger deep into the soil. Water only when dry several inches down. For design impact, use lavender as anchor plants in Mediterranean-themed containers. Combined with rosemary, thyme, and oregano for herb-focused arrangements. Or pair with ornamental grasses and drought-tolerant perennials for low-maintenance displays. The key to long-term success is annual pruning in early spring. Remove about 1/3 of the previous year's growth, shaping plants into compact mounds. This prevents woody stems and encourages fresh, fragrant growth.
Perennial 5. Geranium Rozanne, the blooming machine. Geranium Rozanne deserves its reputation as one of the longest-blooming perennials available, producing violet-blue flowers from early summer through first frost. In containers, this spreading perennial creates cascading displays that soften hard edges while providing constant color throughout the growing season. The remarkable blooming performance of Rozanne stems from its hybrid vigor and self-cleaning habit. Unlike many perennials that require deadheading to maintain bloom production, Rozanne continuously produces new flowers while older blooms fade naturally. This means minimal maintenance for maximum visual impact. The spreading growth habit makes Rozanne perfect for large containers, where it can trail over edges, or in hanging baskets, where the cascading effect creates living waterfalls of color. The individual flowers feature distinctive violet-blue petals with darker veining and white centers, creating sophisticated color combinations. Container cultivation allows you to control growing conditions perfectly for Rozanne. It prefers morning sun with afternoon shade protection in hot climates, but adapts to various light levels. Consistent moisture produces best flowering, but established plants tolerate short dry periods without stress. Use high-quality potting mix enriched with compost or slow-release fertilizer for sustained nutrition throughout the long blooming season. The extensive flowering requires adequate nutrition, so don't skimp on soil quality or fertilization programs. In container combinations, Rozanne serves as an excellent spiller plant that connects taller elements with container edges. It combines beautifully with upright plants like salvia, ornamental grasses, or small shrubs, creating layered arrangements with continuous interest. The wildlife value is exceptional. Bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects rely on the continuous nectar source provided by extended blooming. By growing Rozanne in containers, you're supporting pollinator populations while enjoying months of reliable color. For winter protection, cut back spent foliage after first frost and move containers to protected locations. The hardy root system will survive cold temperatures and emerge vigorously the following spring for another season of spectacular performance.
Perennial 6. Hosta Patriot, the shade specialist. Hosta Patriot transforms shady container spots into lush, tropical-looking displays with its dramatic variegated foliage. The large heart-shaped leaves feature deep green centers surrounded by crisp white margins, creating bright spots in areas where flowering plants struggle to perform. The substantial size of Patriot makes it perfect for large containers where it can develop into impressive specimens. Mature plants produce dense clumps of foliage that completely hide container edges, creating the illusion of established plantings even in small spaces. Container cultivation offers unique advantages for hosta growing. You can control soil conditions perfectly, ensuring the rich, moisture-retentive environment that hostas prefer. Container mobility allows you to adjust light levels seasonally or move plants to protect them from slug damage. The key to successful container hostas is maintaining consistent soil moisture without waterlogging. Use premium potting mixes with high organic content and consider adding moisture-retaining crystals for easier water management. Mulch container surfaces to reduce evaporation and maintain cool root zones. In midsummer, Patriot produces tall spikes of fragrant white flowers that attract hummingbirds and add vertical interest to foliage-focused arrangements. While primarily grown for foliage impact, these blooms provide bonus seasonal interest and wildlife value. Design versatility makes Patriot valuable in numerous container applications. Use as thriller plants in shade containers or mass multiple plants in large pots for dramatic foliage displays. The bright variegation combines beautifully with solid green ferns, colorful coral bells, or trailing ivy. Winter protection is essential in cold climates. Move containers to unheated garages or basements, or wrap pots with insulating materials. The dormant period allows hostas to rest and prepare for vigorous spring growth.
Perennial 7, Salvia May Night, the vertical accent. Salvia May Night brings architectural structure to container gardens with its upright spikes of deep violet-purple flowers. This compact perennial maintains perfect proportions in pots while providing months of blooming performance that attracts pollinators and adds vertical interest to arrangements. The neat, clumping growth habit makes May Night ideal for container cultivation. Plants form tidy mounds of aromatic foliage topped by numerous flower spikes that maintain their upright posture without staking. The compact size prevents the sprawling growth that can overwhelm containers with less disciplined varieties. Drought tolerance once established makes container-grown May Night perfect for sunny, exposed locations where other plants might struggle. The deep root system efficiently utilizes container soil, while the aromatic foliage naturally repels deer and rabbits. Full sun exposure produces the most flowers, but May Night adapts to partial sun conditions with slightly reduced blooming performance. In containers, ensure excellent drainage by using quality potting mixes and providing adequate drainage holes. The extended blooming season begins in early summer and continues through fall with proper care. Deadhead spent flower spikes to encourage continuous bloom production, or leave some spikes in place for seed production and winter bird food. For container design, use May Night as thriller plants in combinations or mass in large pots for dramatic impact. The deep purple flowers combine beautifully with silver artemisia, yellow coreopsis, or white flowering companions for high contrast arrangements. Pollinator value is exceptional. Bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds depend on salvia blooms for nectar throughout the growing season. The extended flowering period provides reliable food sources when other plants have finished blooming.
Perennial 8, Coneflower Magnus, the bold statement. Coneflower Magnus creates stunning focal points in large containers with its massive daisy-like blooms featuring rich purple-pink petals surrounding prominent bronze centers. This native perennial brings prairie wildness to container gardens while supporting wildlife and providing months of bold color. The substantial flower size and upright growth habit make Magnus perfect for creating dramatic container displays that command attention from across the garden. Individual blooms can reach 4 inches across, creating impressive shows that rival any annual flower for impact. Native plant benefits extend to container cultivation. Magnus naturally tolerates heat, drought, and poor soils once established. This resilience translates to reduced maintenance requirements and greater success rates for gardeners of all experience levels. Container growing allows you to showcase the full beauty of coneflower blooms at eye level, where you can appreciate the intricate details of flower structure and observe visiting pollinators. The prominent seed cones that develop after blooming provide winter interest and bird food. Excellent drainage is crucial for container coneflowers. Use quality potting mixes and ensure adequate drainage holes to prevent root rot during wet periods. Once established, plants tolerate short drought periods without stress, making them perfect for low-maintenance container gardens. The wildlife value of container-grown coneflowers is remarkable. Native bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects depend on the nectar and pollen resources, while goldfinches and other birds harvest seeds from mature flower heads throughout winter. For design impact, use Magnus as centerpiece plants in large containers, surrounding with shorter companions like catmint, ornamental grasses, or trailing annuals. The bold flowers create stunning combinations with complementary colors like yellow black-eyed Susans or white Shasta daisies.
Perennial 9, Heuchera Fire Chief, the color generator. Rounding out our collection, Heuchera Fire Chief brings year-round excitement to container gardens with its brilliant red foliage that intensifies in cool weather. This compact coral bells variety proves that dramatic color doesn't require constant blooming. The leaves themselves provide continuous visual impact. The unique color-changing characteristic sets Fire Chief apart from other perennials. Spring growth emerges bright chartreuse yellow, gradually developing orange tones through summer, then intensifying to brilliant red-orange in fall and winter. This color evolution provides 4 seasons of interest in a single plant. Compact growth habit makes Fire Chief perfect for container cultivation, forming neat mounds that won't outgrow their spaces. The dense foliage completely covers soil surfaces, creating finished appearances even in young plantings. Container growing allows you to position Fire Chief where its brilliant colors create maximum impact, near entryways, on patios, or grouped with other colorful foliage plants for stunning displays. The intensity of color increases with cooler temperatures, making fall and winter container arrangements spectacular. Cultural requirements are straightforward: partial shade to morning sun with afternoon protection in hot climates. Rich, well-draining potting mix with consistent moisture produces best color development and growth rates. The design possibilities are endless with Fire Chief. Use as anchor plants in mixed containers, mass in wide pots for dramatic foliage displays, or combined with contrasting colors like purple coral bells or silver dusty miller for high-impact arrangements. Winter protection ensures continued performance in cold climates. Move containers to protected locations or provide insulation around pots to prevent freeze damage to root systems. The semi-evergreen nature means you'll maintain color even through dormant months.
Creating your container garden success. These 9 exceptional perennials prove that spectacular gardens don't require extensive ground space. With careful selection, proper container preparation, and attention to individual plant needs, you can create stunning displays that return year after year with minimal maintenance. The key to success lies in matching plants to their preferred growing conditions while taking advantage of container mobility to optimize placement throughout the seasons. Start with quality containers, premium potting mixes, and reliable watering systems to establish strong foundations for long-term success. Remember that container gardening is an ongoing journey of discovery. Each season brings new opportunities to refine plant combinations, improve growing techniques, and expand your collection of proven performers. The 9 perennials featured here provide excellent starting points, but don't hesitate to experiment with additional varieties as your confidence grows. Your container garden success stories inspire other gardeners in our Seniors Gardening Advice community. Share your experiences, challenges, and victories in the comments below. We all benefit from learning about real-world growing conditions and creative solutions. If this guide has sparked your enthusiasm for container perennial gardening, please share it with fellow gardeners who might benefit from these proven techniques. Your support helps us continue providing practical, experience-based advice that makes gardening success accessible to everyone. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and may your containers overflow with perennial beauty that brings joy season after season. Happy gardening from all of us at Seniors Gardening Advice.